Hey, welcome to the podcast. We're doing something different today. Decided to come hang out with my man Tariq Bligen. How you doing, Tariq?
I'm all right. How you feeling today,
and I wanted
Busta?
to do it to where you get a feel for what this young man is doing. He has a fantastic organization, has a huge heart for the unhoused and those that are in need and those that need rehabilitation. He has an organization called Royality, I love that, rebuild, Homesweetgrown farms, right?
Right.
I think it's awesome what you're doing, brother.
Appreciate that, Busta.
Tell everybody what inspired you and what this organization is all about.
Well, I've been doing givebacks and I've been doing a lot of outreach work for a long time. But I moved to Winston Salem 6 years ago, and it kind of touched me a little more personally when I opened the shop downtown Winston and started to be a little more connected to the issues and the problems going on in the community than I was previously. So I met some of the locals. I kind of got engulfed in the culture and just seen, that there was a need for a lot of the things that we're putting together now through Homesweetgrown farms, through self-sustainability, through crops and people eating the right things in order to heal their minds and get their lives in order.
That's dope, man.
Appreciate it.
Your organization combines recovery, tiny homes, farming, a job training. Why is that important to connect all of these together?
Okay.
That's dope.
I appreciate
that,
dope. Busta.
Yeah.
And I think it's just needed. I think we're in a time where we've been doing things the same way a long time. No disrespect to anybody that's been doing the work. We appreciate you and still appreciate everything you do in the communities. But I think it's necessary for perpetual systems now that are able to operate outside of funding or able to operate outside of the need of new grant money or new influx of money from outside of their program. I think we need to create sustainable systems where the wheel can turn once the water's poured in and never need it again. Not a system where thank you, but not a system where we always need to essentially be, I don't want to use the word beggars, but have the connotation that we need something and then we serve people that are also in need. I feel like there's a disconnect there in the systems where if you're serving people in need, you need to be able to provide.
Absolutely.
And to be able to truly provide, then you need to be able to implement systems. The systems need to work and they need to be perpetual systems. Sort of like a Rolex, where I don't know if you're familiar with watches, but there's Rolex watches for the most part are perpetual, meaning once you wear them, and if you're wearing them, they work. If you set it down, it no longer works.
Yeah, wow.
So you have to put it on the watch winder if you're sitting it there in order to have the correct time. This is a similar situation, sort of. I feel like this is a lot similar in the sense that if a program constantly needs to be injected with something in order to work, then it can't work. Truly. Because if you take away that injection, then what happens? The entire thing cracks.
It breaks down. Right. Absolutely.
So that's where that comes from. Appreciate that.
And it kind of ties into my next question when you mention self-sustaining communities.
All right.
What does that look like in real time?
Okay. I'm glad you said that, Busta. What that looks like to me is implementing systems inside of these communities that mean they don't need outside resources once started. Similar and synonymous to a car, where once a car is drained and dead, or say a car from the beginning, a battery needs to be charged, right? Once it's charged, then what? Then the alternator kicks in place and keeps the battery charged as you drive. You no longer need to charge the battery anymore. So our self-sustaining system, should I say, that we're gonna create together, I say all because my plan is to integrate with the city and the county and figure these things out together. So our systems are gonna only need cash injections once. Then once started and once running, we no longer need outside help again. And we'll be able to start these communities over and over again, all over, and they'll be self-sustaining communities. How? Because we develop ecosystems inside of them. So a lot of people are building tiny houses and tiny house communities. But are they communities? Are they economies of their own?
You want to take it to the next level.
We're going to take it to the next level and actually bring the services there, the economies there, the people in there that can actually put these things, make them thrive and not just places where people live,
And that's where it makes sense to bring all that together, the addiction, the recovery, all of that in one place. Now you got everyone recovered. rehabilitated, educated.
Right.
Now they could be an assistant to what you're doing, right?
Right.
Now they can do it themselves.
Right.
And don't have to have their hand out asking the government.
Right.
You're on the same vision as Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough.
Okay.
That's how he feels.
I told you, I think we need to be aligned.
That's how he feels. He feel like, look, let's stop begging and let's start doing for ourselves. God gave us everything we need, right? And most people do have enough. It's just that we live beyond our means. So my next question is kind of, you're answering that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what you're saying here. But when you think of drug addiction and homelessness, right?
Okay.
The average person that doesn't have the kind of heart like you and my good friend Wyoming Bill and Sheriff Kimbrough and our chief of police, he's an awesome man too.
Right.
When you don't have that kind of heart, when you think of addiction and homelessness, shame is always connected to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does your organization, your tiny home community, self-sustaining community, how does that give us the image of give us an image of hope, dignity, and pride and confidence?
It's funny you say that, and
Right.
it's funny you use that word specifically.
Right.
Because I've been telling people for years, one of the main issues that I think this community has and communities all across America, it's not homelessness, it's hopelessness.
It's hopelessness.
It's the fact that people have absolutely nothing to do, nothing to feel good about, no project to be a part of, no creative.
To be a part of, I love that part.
To be able to create and say, hey, I did that. I was a part of the team that built this. Everybody in life, I feel like, needs to be a part of something.
So Tariq, walk us through the vision of Homesweetgrown Farms, right?
Okay.
And show us a little bit of the area that you have here. This is nice.
All right. So this is a proof of concept to be able to show people what could be possible. So right here, for example, is this area you're looking at here, which would be the farm area. I'm gonna walk y'all through here to show y'all some of the crops we got growing. So this entire lot right here will be a farm, and we'll have a farmer's market at the street, which will basically serve as a industry or economy of sorts for every community that we have.
Right.
So let me show you some of the crops. This is our farmer's cart that we will be pulling to different events and different, all types of different things in order to create revenue for the farm. So all back here will soon be all farmland.
You're setting it up already.
Yep, we already got stuff grown.
It looks good.
Green onions growing, a couple different things in the
So
ground.
you're going to be growing fruits and vegetables,
all sorts of things.
Everything.
I was watching this documentary on Happy Hill, the Happy Hill neighborhood.
The legendary neighborhood in Winston Salem.
Definitely
Trefo, baby.
Definitely is. So it was an elder from the community talking about when he grew up, that there were apple trees and different trees throughout the neighborhood. And even though they were in poverty, they never knew it. Because if you was ever hungry, you could just walk around the neighborhood and eat. So part of this vision is to just have crops.
So you just walk around, get an apple off the tree.
Whatever you want. And then this was the trick. This was the funniest part about it, what he said. He said, and we were healthier. You see? Yeah. So the funny part is, not only do you not even know you're in poverty because you're not hungry, but you're actually eating better food, which means what? Better results.
And your mental state is fresh, right, and healthy as well.
Prolonged life. Yeah. We're actually healing people through food, which is really the core of it. I often say the problem with a lot, not just the organizations, because there's a lot of good organizations doing the good work. Oh yeah. There's a lot of people doing good work, but I think at the core of it, we're addressing the fruit and not the root. We're not getting deep into the problem. So I've been a victim of it, where I go out and I do giveaways, but then I think about it, what am I giving away? I'm giving away sugar cookies and nonsense that is just filling people up with the same stuff they don't need. Right. People's teeth are falling out, and I'm giving them cookies and stuff that they can't even brush away after I leave.
Now you're tapping into natural, healthy food.
To heal, to really get to the point. So it needs to be systems and people in place that are able to take each individual person, assess them on each individual basis, and say, hey, you're at this level, you're at that level, you're at that. We're sending you to the Kernersville camp. You're going to the West High Point camp.
I dig it.
You're going to this. Yeah. We're going to that. We just had an alliance with the college, and they need people for the art program. We're going to send you there. because you're at that level, you know?
So let me ask you this. I know everything's in the process, right? With what you're doing now and some of the people you've worked with before, could you share some kind of transformation that you've seen so far that's given you that hope and giving you that confidence that this is going to be successful?
Well, I know personally, just from my own endeavors, I do something called Fridays at the Farm, where I pick people up from downtown Winston and I bring them here. We do different activities. Wyoming is the art facilitator of that program. She has her own program inside the program. So we already know from seeing firsthand what it does to people and how the response, you know, is that it's working. So what I think is that we need to start figuring out ways to integrate new systems inside of nonprofits and organizations. One, to have to make them profitable so that they can create systems like this so they always are not in jeopardy of going under if they don't get funded. So what's the point of creating great systems if you don't make it to the next year, the entire thing cracks and crumbles? So we need to create self-sustaining systems so that we no longer need to be back at the table asking for more funding or more grants.
Your vision come into fruition the way it should, right? And it's successful. How can this impact America?
Well, that's another. You're hitting a lot of nails on the head here, because that is the plan. It's for Winston to be able to. I often say, from Winston to the world. See, I did my history on Winston years ago. I've been here 6 years. I consider myself a Winstonian now.
You're a Winstonian.
I think I made that up, but
you did. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. First time somebody gave me credit for that. But my point is that Winston has a lot of, I don't want to call it rich history in a sense, because there's a lot of different versions and a lot of different things that happen that we all know about in Winston's history. But what we do know about was Winston's name was once synonymous with success in America. So it's my vision that this can happen again, and that history can repeat itself in that sense. And that from Winston to the world could be we create the system and the program that heals America. And that we take this nationally and show them what we can do here, we can do everywhere. Whether it be here, San Francisco, Skid Row, wherever you guys need Winston to clean up, we can be there. Forsyth County, Winston, North Carolina.
From Winston to the world. If you don't mind, show me what the tiny house is going to look like, and what's going to be inside these tiny houses.
All right. So that's an interesting question. I want to show you the ground level. I want to show you. Let me give you an example of this. Wyoming told me a story one time about how the church had raised $2,000 for someone that was homeless living in their car, family. She got them a hotel for a amount of time and a bunch of stuff, put them in the hotel, everything they needed. When she came back, she said the hotel was trashed, that they were living like they were living out in the car. Because you can take someone, this is again addressing the fruit, not the root. You can take someone out of the streets and put them in a house. It doesn't make it a home. Doesn't mean that this person will now be able to operate the way you think they can operate. You gotta rebuild here. Gotta rebuild the brand first. So level one to the system is this. It's a similar system to how an RV park is set up, where there's a joint shared bathroom, so that people at level one don't have to worry about facility cleaning or worry about plumbing issues or worry about having to do anything with the bathroom whatsoever. And then just a simple sleeping unit, where basically we'll have a community center, different areas for people to be able to congregate, like I'm going to bring you to by the pond.
Let me ask you something, Tariq. Are you open to work with other communities, other nonprofits, 100%, and come together?
100%.
Okay.
And I think that that's not just
partnership is important.
It's important. It's needed. It's needed. And one thing, I was just at a meeting earlier, the Frost meeting, and I was explaining in there, it was like, they said there's 600 churches in Winston Salem, or Forsyth County. 600 churches. So when I thought about this, I'm saying, wait a minute, that's just the churches. Let's talk about the hospitals, the nonprofits, the organizations, the peer specialists, all of these different people that are supposed to be working at the same problem. But there's no network in between any of them. If you ask one of them to post a flyer, so I think 100% there needs to be a new culture built where we can extend the olive branch to each other and walk into each other's establishments and say, hey, I represent this. I want to support you. Come to mine, I'm going to come to yours. And if the true goal is to help the people, then it's needed.
Absolutely.
For example, there's organizations right now that have a lot of people that they're serving that need services that I want to be able to be in connection with them to be able to help improve their thing because they have the resources already.
Absolutely.
So I don't have a problem with pouring into another organization that's already rolling, already doing something, and just need to tweak. I feel like that would move the needle.
How close to personal is this for you?
Well, this is extremely personal for me.
Meaning, have you been through any of this yourself or family members or someone close to you?
No. So I often say I live multiple lives. I'm 42 now, Busta, but I've been going through similar situations like this.
Gotcha.
Minus the mental health issues since a kid, I come from a good family, but, I used to go through a lot and I used to run away from home and, sleep in trucks as a kid and stuff like that. So this is something deeply connected. I met a lot of people on this journey, through life.
Right.
So that's what got me connected to this.
Because I feel your passion, I feel your heart, and I'm like, there's something personal here.
Yeah, no, this is definitely personal.
It
I
is
have
personal.
a cousin been living on the streets for years. I have family members currently living on the streets, going through mental health issues. I have an autistic son that's 21 years old on the spectrum. So I'm involved in this on every level.
Yeah,
on every level.
This is personal.
And then on top of it,
absolutely,
most people don't understand this. Then you add all of that on top of this. I'm a business owner, so that means I'm in this. I need Winston to win. I bet everything. I bet the house on Winston. So not only am I an outreach advocate and trying to do right for the people, I need this problem to be improved for my own livelihood.
Your own livelihood, yeah.
So it's never happened like this
So
before.
the bottom line, the only thing that's going to work is work.
100%.
100%. There's somebody out there watching this video now that's feeling hopeless.
Right.
That's thinking, listen, man, I just happen to be in this building that has access to this social media platform. But after this show goes off, I got to figure out where I'm going to eat, where I'm going to sleep. What do you say to them?
Tell y'all a story. So I got a lot of stories from a lot of different times in my life, but I want to rewind till I was about 19 to 20.
Right.
So the city is Atlantic City. I was in Atlantic City, New Jersey, living under the boardwalk without anyone knowing it. I used to crawl from under the boardwalk, go into the casinos, take bird baths, get fly without anybody knowing. No one knew. There was a pit boss. I forget his name, but I have to find him again.
Right.
So when you're gambling in the casino, you're able to go to these different blackjack, the operator of the blackjack area, and he'll give you slips to eat or vouchers. So he used to always give me vouchers to eat. I would go to him and play and pretend like I was playing, and he'd be like, Tariq, let me see your card. He would put my card in and see I wasn't playing and still give me a voucher and be like, all right, kid, get out of here. Just like that.
Wow.
Fast forward 20 years later, I hit big on two different builds. I did 3 builds back to back and made 60 grand, right? I was in Atlantic City, and this is real. This is what I'm saying. This is deep to me.
Right.
I was in Atlantic City gambling. I'm at the table, 2 hands gambling, $300 a hand. I look up, I see him coming. It's him. He looks at me. He said, Tariq, I always knew you were a winner.
Wow.
We sat and we talked. He said, Tariq, you couldn't believe it. He said, Tariq, I always knew you were a winner.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
We talked for 2 hours.
Wow, look at God,
So
dude.
I know every side of this.
Yeah.
I know the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. I know everything about this, every crack and crevice.
Right.
So
you lived it.
I lived it, and I came up from it, from the mud.
So we're in another spot. This is a spot where a lot of the tiny house community is going to be set up, right?
So for the vision, this is going to be the tiny house community.
Love it.
Yeah. So one, this is going to be Healing Again Pond. Right. I was also thinking potential revenue stream. Maybe we sell. I don't know. I'm always thinking economy. But
well, you need revenue stream to continue to stay sustainable.
100%.
Right?
But I was just thinking a way to take advantage of water because it's a natural spring that runs through here and provides the water. That's what provides the creek. So the water, I'm just trying to think of ways that we could, figure out something with that.
Right.
But this side is going to be tiny house community. And I feel like it's important for all of these communities to exist all in one. so that people are able to live here.
Right.
And think about it. You don't have to have transportation to work. You can take a lunch break right here, grab some food right from the farm.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like interconnected with the services. So I want to have on-site therapists, on-site social service workers.
The total package.
The total package.
The total
so they don't got to
package.
go anywhere.
Absolutely.
So nobody has to go anywhere to get what they need. You need an ID,
we got you.
You need a social security card right here.
If you want a music festival, there's a stage
there's
right
a stage.
there. Yeah, how crazy is that, right?
That's part of healing now.
That's pretty dope, man.
So that's our next event. Our major event we're going to do, I'm thinking, like, Wyoming did a homeless parade. I don't know if
Right. Yeah, I was
thinking
there.
something, see, I wish I was there. I didn't know her back then.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude.
But I was thinking something like that. Like she did with that, and you know, some type of homeless event where we could just have.
We get the homeless that have talent to hit that stage.
Right.
That
Sax
stage,
man,
that'll
my
be.
boy from downtown.
Come on, bro.
A whole lot of
Let's get it done, Tariq.
No, listen, I'm
Man,
excited
listen,
for this.
keep doing what you're doing, brother.
You coming out here.
Yeah, that's dope. Because I love music. That's my thing. And so when I saw that stage, I'm thinking, man, I would love to have my youth organization come out here. We have a band and put on a show and just
then look around and look at what we had.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful.
So I was telling you about topography, like can't even really see what's going on around, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of these different pockets throughout the city. Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you so much.
No doubt. Look, folks, if you're out there and you have an organization, call this brother up and let's work together. It's not about I, it's about we. Right? It's about we. Look, folks, don't go to people, go to God, and you get the best results. Peace, and I'll see you next time.